Hey everybody.
All right, so we're going to give just a few moments as we are going live. I'm going to make sure I share it on my personal page. I'm so excited to have the wonderful Cameron Johnson on here today, y'all. Let me just tell y'all, this is going to be really good. So, the first thing I want to tell you to do is go share. Share with someone that you know can actually benefit from this conversation. Today, we are talking about teen depression and anxiety. Very big.
That's
So, you
strong.
want to make sure that you join us now and you share with others so they can join us as well. That's what you want to make sure. Let me see. Share this. Okay. Where is my name, y'all? Oh, here we go. I got too many pages. That's all I have to say. Too many. All right. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you all for joining today's Teen Talk Tuesday. Yes. Okay. So as you all know, I love to actually bring on these teens that have so much to share. And today we have Cameron Johnson, um,
Hi.
actress, model, speaker, motivational speaker, so much. She does so many things. I'm going to give her the opportunity to share her information with you all. But I did already put her link in the chat so you can be able to access her website. All right, Cameron, tell the people more about you.
Hey everybody, my name is Cameron Johnson. I'm 15 years old, going to the 10th grade. I am an actress, model, motivational speaker, and I'm a business owner. I'm the CEO of Cam Couture luxury travel apparel line. And so what we do is we sell apparel for different occasions, and we doing books and just some different blogs to keep you entertained.
Yeah.
Some of our things you can find on our website. This is our most popular set is our first class hoodie set. So when you're traveling on a plane, which you probably can't right now because of Corona, but when you get back out there, you'll have something comfortable and it has some sweats to match along with it.
Oh,
Something
that's
to
cute.
camcouture.com.
Yes, 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 you guys. Camcouture.com. I love that outfit and I can't wait for us to become more, I wouldn't say Rona free because it's not going to go away, but more manageable so we can start
Yes.
traveling again.
Right.
And I think that that's a cute little set so people can travel in. All right. Now that we got the biz out the way, let's dive into today's topic. Today we are talking about teen depression and anxiety. This is a big one, you guys. As you all know already, I am a teen advocate for mental health. I have my nonprofit. I love to pour into our future female generation. Um, but, being able to hear from a teen's perspective how teen depression actually affects them is huge. So this is a really big one. Really, really big one. I want to start off before we even go into our dialogue with making sure that you all know that teen depression is one of the leading causes that actually goes to suicide for our teens. Okay? 1 in 10 girls, 1 in 10 actually deal with depression from the ages of 10 to 19. And the statistics continue to rise with those that actually struggle with depression and never talk about it, and struggle with anxiety and never talk about it. So we have to actually face this head on so we can help our girls navigate their lives through adolescence. Okay? Now, I also want to make sure that I underscore and state that teen depression does not have one single definitive cause, but rather several psychological, biological, and environmental causes. Okay? That's very important. With teen suicide being the third leading cause of death in our youth, this is the real pandemic we need to be discussing. So, with that being said, Cam, why don't you tell us, why do you feel that depression and anxiety is so high among teen girls?
I feel like depression can be caused by a lot of different things, but I feel like especially since we've been on lockdown and in quarantine, it's like you're more on social media, so girls are or just teens in general are comparing themselves to other people, and that's when their self-confidence kind of kicks in, and it lowers their self-confidence and how they feel about themselves. They get more insecure. And also being with family, sometimes if you don't have a healthy household, that can really cause depression and trigger it. So
Right, absolutely. And I think that that's a really good point too, because when we're all in quarantine, right? Well, we should be. But I think one of the things that people miss is that teens no longer have an outlet. Like they can't go to school and hang with their friends. They're not going anywhere on the weekend. So they're just confined to this one specific space. And like Cam said, if the environment is unhealthy, that can trigger depression and anxiety amongst teen girls as well. So I love that you actually stated that point. What does depression look like to you? Because we all know that depression does not look the same. It's
that
not
is
just
true.
about girls being sad, stuck in a room by themselves. It comes in many forms. So, what does depression look like to you, Kim?
So just like there are different things that can cause depression, like you said, depression can look like many different things. So depression, it can be, kind of staying to yourself, locked up, but it can also be putting on a mask, acting, happy and stuff on the outside, or acting bubbly on social media, but on the inside, it's like you're a totally different person.
Mm, mm, that's big right there. Because, we love to put on the front for social media, right?
Right.
Social media is our stage. And then we have to deal with the real life outside of that. When I think about girls dealing with depression, what would you say from your perspective? What are some daily struggles that teen girls actually deal with that their parents or even educators may not actually realize?
I think a little bit of bullying can be, or just like online comparing themselves to others, kind of like they said, their insecurities, and really just maybe, being a child, being the oldest child, being the middle child, being overlooked, basically. Like they're not getting enough attention, or like feeling like they just don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's one of the things, like, that's hitting the nail on the head. Because I feel like one of the things that I hear the most from teen girls is that they feel like they don't matter. Whether they're the oldest child, the youngest child, the middle child, especially when you have siblings, it's very difficult to actually feel like you're getting what you need from your parents. And it's not
And I
stating
feel
that your
like
parents are bad parents. It's just, it's like the time is being spread amongst multiple siblings. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, like, I feel like, parents can say, like, oh, you're not overlooked. Like, we see, we want to do stuff with you. But it's really about making what your words say become actions, like actually showing that time and giving them the attention that they need.
Come on, somebody. I hope y'all paying attention to this, parents. It's not just about saying it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're not overlooked. Oh, I see you. And then I walk away and go in the kitchen. Like, what are you doing? That is so good, Cam. So good. So good. And I think that, you know, us parents, we need to hear that. We need to hear from the teen's perspective, how they're actually feeling, what can actually trigger depression and what it can look like. So I think that that was such a great point. Such a great point. What do you feel are some ways that teens could actually reduce stress?
just really doing the things they love. I actually just kind of talked to my mom about it. I was like, I want a therapist, you know? It's
Mm-hmm.
like because somebody to open up to. You need to find somebody because, you know, you can tell your parents so much, but you don't want to just release everything. So I feel like finding a mentor or somebody where you can just so you're not building everything up inside. You want to let it all out. Doing things you love, like say you love art, drawing, you know, whatever really kind of just puts you at a peace where you're like breathe.
Yeah. 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 I think that I want to hit on a couple of things because she's opening up a can of worms, y'all. Listen, she said she told her parents she want a therapist. And I think that that is so important. As you all know, I'm Coach K. My background is mental health counseling, and I think it's so important for teens to actually have a great therapist, a great life coach in their life because, especially in our community,
Mm-hmm.
it seems as if we think it's a problem to actually go and talk about our problems. And that causes more issues when they become adults. So teaching them how to actually have the outlet to discuss their personal issues in their adolescence, it's what's going to save them. It's what's going to help them in the future. It's what's going to actually bring them to higher levels. Understanding how to communicate effectively at a young age is what brings success in your life older. You don't want to be 40 years old still trying to deal with the childhood traumas that you never actually covered, never actually dealt with. So I think that that's a really great point. I love how you talked about finding what you love. A lot of times teens just don't know what they like to do. So do different things. Art, yes. Making jewelry, make some lip gloss, start a business, whatever it is, but find something you love and actually pour into it. Those are some great points, Cam, and I'm so happy you bring this up. Let me check the comments because we have a lot coming through. Okay, so there's talking about they can't wait to travel. That was earlier. True statement. Love it. This is so good. That was a good one. So they're all agreeing with what you're saying. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all keep it coming. If you have questions for Cam in the midst of our conversation, be sure to put them in the chat and I will actually read them aloud so she can answer them. Okay, so here's the next question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you could give 3 tips to a teen currently struggling with depression and anxiety, what would those 3 tips be?
I would say 3 tips that I would give to a teen is not feel embarrassed. A lot of teens, they don't open up about it because they're like, I don't want anybody to look at me different. I don't want them to think of me as the depressed kid or blah, blah, blah. You don't have to tell everybody, but I mean, it is hard because I feel like I was kind of on the urge of going into that stage, but I was like, I need to talk to somebody. So I talked to my mom about it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like just kind of find somebody to talk to about depression. I feel like social media is a big factor of it. So I think kind of remove yourself from that for a little bit, take a break, do things, go outside, go do active things to just kind of relieve your mind so you're not, just looking at what everybody else is doing and feeling some type of way about yourself. And I think it's really just about you having your self-confidence. So trying to build up your self-confidence, looking in the mirror, telling yourself positive affirmations, just not having a negative mindset.
Mm-hmm. I think those are great. So she said, number 1, don't be embarrassed. You are not the only one going through what you're going through. I can guarantee that. So I love that point. Number 2, she said, making sure that if you have to do a social detox, do that. Step away from social media, get outside. I think that that's a really great point, doing something outside of that, because sometimes social media can actually bring more negative thoughts versus positive ones. And when you find yourself in that zone, you need to just shut it off. Remove the app from your phone, take it away for 30 days, whatever you need to do, a week, 24 hours, because, I didn't heard teens talk about they spend half their day on TikTok. So,
That used to be me.
It used to be you. So, whatever you have to do to take that time away so you can come back and be more mentally strong, do that. And the third one, she said, making sure you're pouring into your self-confidence, by making sure that you're speaking positive affirmations daily, saying great things to yourself so you don't have a negative mindset. I believe that those are really great tips, and I hope y'all are taking notes because this is some good stuff. So, I love those tips, those 3 tips that you stated, Cameron. And with that, I would love to hear the answer to this question. Okay, so you're going to 10th grade, right?
Yes.
What would your 10th grade self tell your middle school self? So what advice would you give your middle school Cameron versus where you are today?
So much advice about what I wore, what I did to my hair, but real things that I would tell myself. I would just tell myself, because I feel like in middle school I was more focused on, what other people thought, trying to stay trendy, trying to stay popular, and it doesn't matter, It's like those people aren't going to be there forever. So I would really just tell myself, focus on yourself, what you want to do in life, and being a positive person, like not trying to try to fit in with everybody else, because you can make a joke out of yourself doing that. And so I just feel like being who you are, and you'll attract people that way more than trying to fit in with others. So like I said, just being myself, knowing who I am, and not changing.
I love that. I love that. And I think that, like you said, there's so much you can tell yourself about, following the trends and all of that. But, learning how to be true to who you are, that's the key right there. Because when you are more confident with you, whether it's the way you dress, the way you speak, what you love about you, all of that, you'll start to attract, like you said, those type of people in your life, and they'll accept you for you, and you won't be trying to change yourself to actually fit the mold. And that's exactly what it's all about. Especially in middle school, I do a lot of workshops with middle school girls, and one of the biggest struggles that they actually have is knowing who they are. Because it is always about fitting in. You see what someone else is doing, and you're like, okay, well, I see that she's getting more attention doing that. So if I do that, maybe I'll get the attention as well. And the truth is, not all attention is good attention. Number one.
And even I don't know, who I fully am. I'm still discovering as I go along with high school. But like, parts of who you are, you know who you want to be, how you act. So keeping that and not trying to be like the cool kids.
Right. And who said they cool anyway? Who gave them that label?
Right.
Just saying. Like, for real, who gave them the label of they're the popular ones and I am not? So I feel like just like with who we consider celebrities to be or famous people to be, it's what we've defined them as. So if you see yourself as valuable and worthy, you won't pay attention to the other person's worth or lack thereof.
Yeah.
So I think that that's really great. Listen, Jernae just said, she said, I feel like that is every middle schooler during that time. Most are going through identity crisis. That is great advice. Yes. Sis Clay said, continue to shine. This encourages other teens. You are so brave, and God is your plug, young lady. Oh, I love it.
Thank you so much. I'm glad y'all love this talk, because this is, when you told me about this discussion, I was like, yes, because, girl, with everything going on right now, I just feel like people need it, like you said, from a teen's perspective. I mean, it's so much an adult can say and help, but,
yeah,
it's different coming from somebody your age.
Yeah, and I do believe that when other teens hear from their peers, it does something to them. I'm not going to say I don't have an impact. I know I do. I know girls love to talk to me. I know that they think that I'm only like 2 years older than them when I'm really not. I appreciate all that, girl. But the truth is, I am about how do I help them become their best selves. And sometimes it takes them hearing from their peers what they've gone through, being transparent, teaching them how to be open, teaching them how to actually say that, okay, this is what I'm going through. and normalizing that, because so many times we don't normalize that. We try to teach girls to, keep your stuff inside. You don't talk about that in a group setting. Why not? It's real life. So I do believe that there's power in teaching our young girls to actually utilize their voices in a positive way, and being able to create platforms like this one, so other girls can hear her and be like, oh yeah, I need to go look her up on Instagram and befriend her because she said something that really helped me. So I think that's great. They say they love your energy, Cameron. Of course they do.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Okay, so what question do you have for me? I ask all the girls every time what question they have for me, give you the opportunity to ask me anything. What question do you have for me?
So, since you are Miss Coach K and you're raising your child now and you're just basically a mentor to others, how do you basically how do you kind of listen and give advice to the teens going through what they're going through? Like, what's your advice to them coming from an adult and a mentor?
Yeah, from an adult and a mentor perspective, for me, because I am also a life coach, because this is my life work, I'm always about getting them to dig inward. That's how you're actually going to get the change to happen. And me being a mom, why is he giving me his tablet? Sir, I'm still on live. You have to wait, okay? It's okay, you missed. Just try again. But for me, I'm really big about making sure that I'm being true myself, and I know that that's what attracts teen girls to me, because I don't have time for smoke and mirrors. I'm not about to build you this whole facade. I'm gonna be like real raw and true with everything. I have gone through it too, and I feel like so many times what parents forget to actually share with their teen girls is not just saying, yeah, girl, I've been there. Oh, I remember I did that as well. But sharing the story, being transparent with the story, because that actually helps them. Sir, you're getting too loud. So it's so important for me to be transparent with my story, because I was once a confused teen girl. I was once a girl that struggled with identity. I was once a girl that struggled with self-confidence and understanding my worth. I've gone through it all. So why not be able to share how I've overcome? So sharing my testimony actually helps them. Being transparent with my testimony, I should say. Does that answer your question?
That's all the questions I have, because I've known you for a long time, so I know that you're very transparent stuff. Is like, especially at the camp that you had.
I know. I miss we couldn't have camp this year. It's okay. Next year will be bigger and better.
The memories.
The memories. The memories. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Yes, transparency helps. Share the story. Absolutely. Thank you, Keish. Sir, I love that you won, but can I win by finishing this? Single momhood. Look, I'm so transparent with these girls. I'm not trying to hide this. I can't go put them in a closet or nothing. Y'all just go.
Creed is living his best life.
Creed is living his best life on my dime. All right. So as we wrap up, if any of you have any questions for Cameron, whether it's in reference to how she overcame any depression that she may have actually gone through, or anything that we discussed, please put it in there right now, because she's about to give us her scripture or quote that she stands on that helps her overcome teen depression and anxiety. So what is it, Cameron?
My scripture is very popular, but I really stand on it. It's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I don't think it's just something that's like, oh, this is just a popular scripture and stuff. It's just like, when I'm going through things, I'm like, okay, I can get through this. And I know I can get through this. It's just a positive affirmation for me to know whatever I'm struggling with, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So
yes, I love it. I love it. And yes, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. I absolutely love that. Y'all know that's one of my favorite scriptures. I say it all the time. And I love when girls say that that's their favorite too, because honestly, I started to stand on that scripture as a teen girl. And it helped me so much throughout the rest of my life. So that's why it's one of my favorites, because it was like my come to Jesus moment. Y'all know? Okay, so I love that. So as we wrap up, people are just giving hearts. Thank you all for joining. I truly appreciate it. Cameron, let's recap your business so they can go and support your page. I am still speaking. I love that you won. Awesome.
I did it.
You did it. That is grand.
High five.
He say a high five, y'all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I get, Mommy? Do I get?
Yeah, I like it. You see, that's the life of a 3-year-old. It don't matter that your mama doing something. She could be on the live. She can be talking to the president of the United States of America. So what? Let me tell her what I have to say, and she's going to respond. Living his best life for real. And drop my phone. Okay. So, does anyone have any comments or anything while we go over Cam's business page again? So, once again, Cameron's website is camcouture.com, and that's with the K. I put it in the chat. Let me make sure I put your stuff for your Instagram as well. Is Cameron_Johnson?
Yes, my Instagram is Cameron_Johnson, and my business page is Cam_Couture. And like you said, the website is camcouture.com, and on Facebook it's just Cameron Johnson.
Okay, awesome. I put that all in the chat. Okay, so as we wrap up, people are saying, yes, I love it. Great talk. Awesome. I'm just checking all of the comments. As we wrap up, let me just make sure that I share once more what Cameron shared in reference to the 3 tips to help a teen that's currently struggling with depression and anxiety, because I felt like that was so great. Number 1, don't be embarrassed about it. You're not the only one going through it. Number 2, if you have to do a social detox, do it. Remove yourself from social media. Go outside. Do something different, to be able to come back mentally strong. Because, as she said, sometimes you can see more negative versus positive, and you start comparing yourself, and that's not what you want to do. And number 3, pour into your self-confidence by speaking positive affirmations. Get out of the negative mindset. So that's all about self-care and self-help, y'all. Pour into you. Right, Cam?
Right.
Anything else that you would like to add that I didn't add or didn't recap?
I think everything is great. I think for the parents, just gotta check in on your child. Like, they might not tell you, but just kind of watch what they're doing. Like, if things may seem a little off, just kind of check up on them so things don't get worse. Because like you said, one of the things that's causing a lot of teen suicide is depression. And so you definitely don't want it to get to that point. Definitely don't want to lose your young child. So just make sure that everything's okay.
Yes, I love that. That was a really great point. Parents, check on your teens. Let me tell you, I do parent life coaching as well as teen life coaching. Do you know how many parents that tell me, oh, they don't want to talk to me? And I'd be like, did you ask the question? And a lot of times they're not even asking the question because they're paying attention to the mood of the child and not really asking, It may get on your kids' nerves, but trust me, they appreciate you asking. They appreciate you not giving up. Continue
and don't
ask.
Judge. Like, if
yes,
don't judge what they're doing just because it could be something deeper than what they're portraying it to be.
Absolutely. And I think that that's a really great point, and also to that point, making sure that you understand during adolescence, they go through the most development mentally, physically, like all of that. They go through the most development during that time frame. And it's so important for you to understand when you see her having a mood swing, don't just put it off as her being a bad teen or, I don't have time for that and you don't want to deal with it. Deal with it. Ask her what's really bothering her. And if she tells you nothing, say okay, but let her know that you are there for her. Because she will come. If she knows that she has the opportunity to go to you, she will come. Those are facts. I've seen it so much. I've mentored, I don't even know how many girls, but they will tell you if they know that they can talk to you. Because I'm tired of them telling me. I'm kidding. I'm not tired. But I mean, they have something new to tell me every day. So if they're talking to me, it's because I've created the door to let them know that it's okay. And I'm not going to judge what they're doing. I'm actually just going to listen and then guide. And it's so important that you give them that opportunity, parents. So that was a great tip. Thank you for saying that, Cam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been phenomenal. They're saying very wise, great information. I'm reading the comments. Thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. Love, love, love. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you, girl. I'll try.
Don't get mad when I text you at 2 a.m. Because you opened the door, remember?
Because I opened the door. And I'm going to tell you, girl, you don't go your butt to sleep and leave me alone? No. I'm sure I'll respond because you're not the only teen texting me at 2 a.m. It's just my job. I'm okay with it. God called me for it. Why are you messing with my ring light, son? And I know y'all may find it comical hearing Creed in the background. I hope y'all find it comical. Because my thoughts.
That's my mama with her. The one.
That's your mama? And but see, the thing is, I only have one. Your mom has how many? 4? It's 4 y'all? Yeah, 4. I have 1. You see what I'm dealing with? Don't mess with my ring light. You messing with my... Thank you all for joining Teen Kick. Teen Kick. Thank you all for joining Teen Talk. Turn it back on. I am not playing, son. It's not funny. Thank you all for joining Teen Talk. I truly appreciate you. People are laughing at me on Facebook Live and YouTube right now. That's my son, Creed. Say hi to the people and tell them bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Lovely. You see Cam?
I sure can.
Hey.
Thank you all. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate you, Cameron. Make sure you all go and support her. Go to her website, camcouture.com. It's in the chat. And make sure that you actually go and follow her on Instagram as well. Cameron, I truly appreciate your time, your energy. You know my door is always open. You can definitely text me anytime. And I just appreciate you coming on here to talk about something as heavy as teen depression and anxiety. Because we need to know that this is a normal thing. And we need to deal with it.
Thank you for the opportunity to just come and talk from a teen's perspective.
From a teen's perspective.
From a teen's perspective. So
they laughing at my child. I'm not even embarrassed. Like she said, don't be embarrassed. I'm not. Thank you. Y'all have a great day. Bye. Bye. You're such a mess.